Welcome back to La Hooge and the Yanks, where we talk everything Canada soccer and U.S. soccer. Tonight we'll be talking about the international friendly match between Brazil and Canada. And this one ended 0-0, was a draw. And let's go to the lineup. Canada played with Sheridan as the keeper, Chapman, Zdarsky, Buchanan, and Lawrence all back on the back line for Canada, with Quinn, Scott, and Fleming all in the mid, with Sinclair in the cam position, while Rose and Prince were at the striker positions. And yeah, not much happened really in the game, but let's go to the 18th minute where Brazil has a shot, but it sails over the bar. Um, that was really the first really great look between both teams this game, but it turned out to not be a threat. Then we go all the way to the 42nd minute where Canada just has an in-swinging free kick into the box. It goes right to Prince, but she can't get any look on it. It turns out to not be a threat at all. Then 44th minute, not too long, Jesse Fleming has a long-distance strike, but it's tipped over the bar by the Brazilian keeper, and the Brazilian keeper is on her toes. You're not going to fool her from long distance if she's paying attention. That's exactly what happens here. She's on her toes, just makes a simple save over the bar, and it's still 0-0. Then we go into halftime where not much activity between the two teams, basically, where not much was going on. Let's just put it that way. Not much went on. Most of the activity was just in the midfield, just possession, just turning it over, and just basically passing it within. When it did get into the final third so far, it just wasn't a threatening. And we go to the 53rd minute where Quinn has a great look from the cross from Sinclair for Canada, but she kicks it right at the keeper. And once again, another great look in the final third, but it's not capitalized on by Canada. And then a minute later, Quinn would also have another look for Canada as she gets a great look off a cross from a corner kick, but she puts this one over the bar this time rather than on frame. And once again, not a threat. And then basically, 54th minute was the last bit of action. Everything else was just plain, I put it that way, between the 54th minute and the end of the game. And final is 0-0 between Brazil and Canada. And turned out just to be a stalemate. Both teams are equally matched on paper. And the stats will also, I think, say they're equally matched too. As we do go to the stats, and just 10 shots for Brazil to Canada's 12. Canada does get more shots. 2 of those shots for Brazil are on target, while 6 of those are Canada. 48% possession to Canada's 52 possession, so the Canadians do win the possession battle here. 412 passes completed to 435 passes. Canada completes more passes. Pass accuracy is almost the same, but 79% for Brazil, but 80% for Canada. 18 fouls to 8, 1 yellow card or each. No red cards. 2 offside for Brazil, 3 to Canada, and 5 corners to 7. Canada wins. So even though the most part, Canada does have a narrow edge in the stats. And even on paper, we look at both of these teams, and Canada's ranked number 8th in the world, while Brazil is ranked number 7th. So they are evenly matched on paper, at least. And it showed out to be kind of the same on the field, too, where neither team really had great looks in the final third. It was just, put it just plain. Just plain. And basically, I was looking for it, compared to Canada's last game against the Czech Republic. Improvement in the final third. Being real, I couldn't see a real improvement. No goals were scored, but then again, they did play a tough Brazilian team, and so, Brazil did make a good job making it hard for Canada to get any looks, but for the most part, Brazil too, they had good looks, but Canada also did a great job defending. So it was just kind of a tit for tat kind of game, right? Each team just matched each other, and lo and behold, it turned out to be just kind of just a plain game, a stalemate. And now, in terms of what this means for the Olympics for Canada, this, I guess you can maybe we can talk about when it comes to the final third. You're talking about improvement, right? But Maybe that's something they gotta practice. Maybe in their send-off games before the Olympics, if they have some, they can really work to look on the attacking or more offensive options, right? But in terms of defense, they were tested today against a talented Brazilian side, but going against, I think in their group, they're going to have Japan, I think, in their group. But they're going to play quality teams. That's at the end of the day. That's important. But in terms of their defense, I think they look pretty good. But, then again, Brazilian team, they held them. But I want to see how they kind of do against a Sweden, right, or a United States, which in the United States, when they played them last time, they kind of held them to only like 0-0, but until the 70th minute where the United States broke through. But I kind of want to see how they do against teams in the Olympics, right, with strong attacking options and just great defensive, just sit back, kind of like a Sweden. They know how to really defend. So that's something I have a couple questions for regarding this Canadian team before the Olympics is how good do they really look on defense, and can they just get more offensive looks, right? Those two things, if they can get those down packed, they'll be solid. But judging by the two friendly games that they had, including the Czech Republic and today's game against Brazil, definitely the final third stood out as a problem against the Czech Republic. But in the Brazilian, the defense looked pretty good. I mean, they held Brazil, right? Brazil got a few looks, but not really great looks. Canada did have a great looks. Once again, this could also be a final third improvement. Canada had great looks, but couldn't capitalize. So a little bit of that leftover stuff from the Czech Republic, but they couldn't convert. Neither could Brazil, because Canada held them great on defense, but it's 0-0. Interesting results, I should say, for Canada. Both they had 0-0 results in both of these friendlies, and so very, very interesting heading into the Olympics. But we'll see if they play any more friendlies before then to kind of see if they did improve or really just need some more work, just to be frank about it. But yeah, in terms of what this means for the Olympics, just curious to see how their defense does and how they do offensively. But that's pretty much it. This one's going to be pretty short. But next up, I have a Canadian men's national team versus Haiti, Leg 2 tomorrow, as well as Stage 2 tomorrow, as they will take on Haiti for see who goes onto the octagon for World Cup qualifying for the men's. So this one, we will have a winner tomorrow, regardless of the outcome. And so this is going to be really interesting to watch. As this one's being held once again in Chicago for Canada as home advantage, but they make what the best they got. They were able to get a result down in Haiti. Let's see if they can finish it off at home. And so we will find that out tomorrow at 9:05, and that's when the game kicks off. So we'll see what changes Canada makes, and even Haiti. Let's see if they make any changes. As I heard, a couple of their key players didn't really get all that good of a playing time against Canada, as they were kind of injured. But we'll see if they recovered, and let's see how Haiti takes this one too. I'm curious, or will Canada park the bus, kind of sit back and let Haiti come at them, or will Canada really just keep doing what they did last game, just attack and attack and attack, right? That's a mystery, but we'll have to find that out tomorrow. But for now, regarding the women's game, that's all I can say. It's just interesting. It's a stalemate. And in terms of looking for the Olympics, I could say final third, but also the defense is kind of, the defense, I know they held them to no goals, right? But just curious to see how they do against a Sweden, a France, or a Germany, or even a U.S. Curious to see how they would do, but I guess if they don't play any other friendlies, I guess we'll find out to the Olympics, just to be honest. But for now, that is it. If you enjoyed this short video, please tell all your friends about it, like, subscribe, and share it. And tell all your friends that, to watch some soccer. We got a lot going on this summer. We got the Euros, Gold Cup. We got the South American, why am I drawing a blank on it? Copa America. We got some interesting soccer tournaments coming on. So tell them to watch out for that and watch some soccer this summer.